it's just a shame. It's a disgrace, man, how these people treated me. And then they came and gave me an orange jumper. And they gave me an orange jumper and took me up to the 13th floor, which is called the shoe, the hole. And I stayed there for 5 months.
God. You were in a room by yourself for 5 months.
5 months. 5 months.
What, did you talk to anybody during that 5 months, like attorneys or anything?
I talked to the court-appointed attorney every now and then. But, it's crazy, man. I don't think no one should ever have to spend 2 or 3 days in the hole. Because if you're not a strong person spiritually and physically and mentally, it would destroy you.
I know. I've heard stories. I don't know what
it would
it's
literally,
like.
well, trust me. It's like going in that bathroom you just allowed me to use and close the door. And envision you being in there for 24 hours a day. Well, 23 hours a day. You come out 1 hour a day for recreation. That's what it feel like. And most people, when you're in there for so long, you start hallucinating. Where it's like the walls are talking and everything else, man. And it's so. And then the officer was nasty. They were jigging at me every day. You that crooked cop, I hope you're gone for the rest of your life. I'm like, I'm not a crooked cop. I was a highly decorated officer. I said, I'm in here for something that I didn't do. But it's a shame how people are treating other people when in fact it's not your job to judge me. Your job is to remain as a professional. You represent a brand. That brand is your name, and it's that company that you work for. You shouldn't belittle, degrade people just because you're wearing a freaking uniform. If that be the case, then take the freaking uniform off.
Mm-hmm.
Take it off and give it to somebody who's going to take pride in what they're doing. It's heart-wrenching, Daddy. They took something from me that I love, man. I didn't like my job. I love my job. Anybody that'll tell you, my sergeant called you the other day and told you.
Right.
I don't like my job. I love my job. Right. I took pride in my job. I inspired so many people. From the administration, from the inmates, to the citizens, because listen, if I got to fight with you because of something that you did, I broke both of my hands. I lost my knuckle there, and I lost my knuckle here, fighting with a guy. I won a Silver Cross Award. And I'm going to show you the document for coming to the aid of a sergeant who was punched in the face by this black dude, this huge big black guy. He didn't want to go down to general population. The sergeant told him he had to go downstairs. He called him a cracker, told him, no, I'm not going down there. And the next thing you know, he punched the sergeant and literally knocked him out. Really? Yeah. And he hit me. But the deputy that was there with the sergeant, he panicked. And I'm saying to myself, so one of the Sergeant Sinclair said, Ray, go, go, go. So I went into the unit, and there he is trying to throw the sergeant over the rail. So when I get up there, the inmates, you can hear all the inmates saying, man, Hicks don't beat you to death, man. And I told myself, yo, man, listen, the sergeant already talked to you. Bro, you going out of here. He hit me. Bro, he hit me so hard, Danny. It's like back in the old days, I used to see my mom take a straightening comb and put it on the fire. They call it a hot iron. And that's how they straighten their hair. And he hit me so hard, I swear to God, it felt like somebody took a straightening comb and went from the front to the back of my head, man. But when I got my equilibrium back, listen, man, I hit him so hard, I hit him so hard with my left that the bone came through the skin. What? They had to take bone fragments out right here, and you can see where they had two pins crisscrossing each other to hold the bone in place. And I lost my knuckle here. I tried to tear his head off. We both went to hospital that day.
And that's where you got the Silver Cross Award?
I got a Silver Cross Award for coming to the aid of a sergeant. And it's in that folder right there that I have. So I done won the Gold Cross Award. I done won the Silver Cross Award. I'm named Deputy of the Month in 1997, Deputy of the Month in 1999, and all of a sudden now I'm faced with natural life imprisonment without possible parole. You know, going back to the hole, man, when you take a person and you put them in this hole, let me tell you something. You destroying human beings, man, because they would never be, some of them will never be the same again. If you don't have a relationship with God, if you're not strong physically and mentally, then it would destroy you.
Right.
Literally destroy you. But then they took me, and before we went to trial and everything, they put me down in general population. GP. How do you take a cop and put him in GP?
And everybody knew who you were?
Bro, I'll never forget it. When the officers kept jigging at me, you that effing cop. I hope you're going for the rest of your life. All these things, right? So finally, I go to Mr. Fernandez's office. And I hope when God bless me, I'm going to go find that brother. Trust me. And I'm going to bless him and his family. I'm going to bless him and his family. Because I'll never forget the phone call that he gave me to talk to my wife and kids. And on top of that, he says, Ray, he said, listen, man. He said, you know, the only other way you're going to have an opportunity to talk to your family is by going down to general population. I said, I don't care where you put me. I'm going to hold my own. Mm-hmm. So he took me and put me down in general GP. And when he put me down in general population, I was there with 8 guys that I had arrested or I was over when I worked in the jail. 8 of them.
Wow.
Every last one of them gave me the utmost respect. No, man, not you, Big Hicks. No, man. No, you was a good one, man. And all of a sudden, this dude named Maurice, we call him Blind. Because he got these really thick glasses that he wear. And here come this one inmate who saw my picture paraded over the newscast talking about, oh, that's that effing cop. So Maurice told me, he said, man, you know what that is? Man, that's Big Hicks, man. You tripping, man. He come from where we come from. He gonna thump, man. Man, F him. I hate effing cops. So I go to put my bedroll down in my room, and there's 122 inmates in the unit, 1 officer. So all of a sudden, they all gathered around the door. You got an upper tier and a lower tier. There's upstairs and downstairs.
Right.
And of course, I go to put my bedroll down in my bed in my room, and there he is standing in the door. He was about 6'2", 6'4", 270. I was about 6'1", 290-some pounds back then. I was doing 1,500 push-ups every other day. Every other day, because I'm conditioning my mind and my body because I know at some point I'm going to have to go to war. Well, guess what? I told this freaking moron, I told him, I said, you got a problem with me, man? Come on in here, we can handle this like men. And all the inmates was like, yeah, man, you running your mouth going on in there. And let me tell you something, Danny, I literally tried to kill him. He tried to rush me. He tried to rush me. When he tried to rush me, listen, I've been fighting ever since I was 6 years of age. My whole family would tell you that. My wife would tell you that. My mother would tell you. And I put them hands on him when he hit that floor, I literally tried to kill him. I tried to put my fist through his brains. Blood gushing from his face like a faucet. And all of a sudden the inmates were like, come on, big homie. Come on, man, you gon', you know. And to be honest with you, I was literally trying to kill him, to make an example out of him. But that set the tone for the rest of them that was actually in the unit where I was. To let them know, listen, you try me, if you try me, I'm gonna make you pay. And the feds used to give us sardines. And I took that lid from the top of that sardine can, and I kept it in my jumper. We wore a green jumper, and I kept it with me. Because I really wanted to finish him, to be honest with you.
I'm certainly glad you didn't. Because you might not be here today. If
you know what? But guess what? That's self-defense.
Right, true.
I wasn't bothering him. I never said nothing to him. He came at me.
Right.